What's up, guys? It's Lugo back with Flex Appeal episode 128. Today was week 22, day one. Um, I had bench today. I made a few changes on this day from last week. Obviously, besides the rep progression, which just I've been doing 3 week waves of reps and sets. So 3 by 8 to 5 by 8, and then reset the wave, go down and sets and reps to kind of reset the fatigue and then build up again for 3 weeks and then go down. So this week I went down in sets and in reps. So I went from 5 by 8 to 3 by 6. I kind of just want to talk about these changes real quick and then go into some other stuff. But other things that I changed were I was doing dips on this day, and I felt like the dips were making me weaker because I had swapped out an exercise that I was doing more weight on for like a body weight exercise, the dips. So I decided, okay, I'm gonna change from that back to dumbbell bench. And then after I was doing high incline dumbbell, but I was like, it's a little bit redundant to do flat incline and high incline. So I was like, I'm just gonna swap this exercise out too for a Smith high incline, which I do like, as long as I don't go too heavy. I feel like it ends up being a good exercise for me to do for the shoulders, which it's pretty much just hypertrophy anyway. I only added an OHP on the second day, second push day, because I want to progress it. I've wanted to progress OHP, but I've kind of like never had a good reason, I guess. But I decided the scapular mobility for that is a good enough reason for me, so I added it in. But I kind of want to pivot away from the training talk and talk about my goals next year, like entering this next year, because it is December 31st, about the turn of the new year. Um, so some of the things like short-term goals I have are I want to lose like another 30 pounds by March, like 35-ish, because I lost 30 pounds in like the last 2 months. So it's very plausible that I can lose probably like around 35 and maybe sit around high 20% body fat-ish, maybe like 28 to 30. I don't think that's too lofty. I probably would say it's probably more real that I'm like at 30%. Um, so that's the main goal in the next like two months, and by the end of 2026, I want to be probably around 200, maybe sub 200. I'm not sure because I haven't really been that low in a long time. Wherever my lifts, wherever I feel the best at, or where I'm gonna want to be, and then set myself up to go into like a gain phase to gain muscle again. And that's pretty much my short term and long term goals for my weight as far as it goes. As far as my training, because I do focus on squat, bench, and deadlift because I like to train that way. I would want realistically to get back to a 1400 total by summer, and I think right now I'm like at 1100 or something, or 12 overall. So that would pretty much be like a 365 bench, like a 500 squat, and probably like a 600 deadlift. I think that's the most feasible that I could do by summer this year in those lifts. So I mean, it's lofty for sure, especially with losing weight. But I do have muscle memory, and it's not something that I haven't hit before. Like these numbers I've hit before pretty comfortably. So, if anything, I think the deadlift is more reasonable. The squat I feel like I could definitely get, because I feel like my squatting approach has gotten much better. But that's pretty much by summer. I think I'm gonna go a little bit lower because 1400 is a little lofty. Maybe like 1350 to 1400 by summer, and then by the end of the year, I would like to be at like 1600 and hitting some PRs. Because I feel like as soon as I start to gain, I will get much stronger than I am right now. But aside from training and weight, I would like to get a job. That'd be pretty cool. I'm definitely inching older, and I feel like at this point, I just want money for myself. Coming back from being a useless fuck, I would like to say it's a little bit harsh, but coming back from just doing nothing, I would like to start up and start to earn some money and save some money. Like I would like to save like 5 to 10,000 this year. I think that's a pretty reasonable goal, for getting a job and then obviously paying for stuff. So that's kind of the goals that I had on top of my head because I made them. I wanted to have stuff to work towards next year, so I made a list. It's not a lot, but from when you come from the second half of this year, I've only done anything from 2025 for like the second half of the year. The first year I kind of wasted it again, and so I really plan on. That's probably another goal, to be honest, is like not slipping, and really just being active in my life for the entirety of 2026. Which, I mean, it kind of sounds stupid, but from like being someone who I didn't do anything for like the first half of 2025 again from 2024, I'm kind of just getting back into my life again, which is, it's kind of sad to say, because I'm 25. But I mean, it happens. I can't really change what happened. I can only just move forward and try to improve at this point. So those are pretty much my goals and my thoughts. And I want to continue YouTube. I know it's not really like time efficacious, and I don't ever think that this is going to be as big as anything. But I kind of just like getting on here and talking about training and whatever else is on my mind. Mostly it's just training, but sometimes I will branch out, and if anything, it ends up being a good log if I ever come back to watch and see how my training was in a certain period. So I'm kind of just rambling at this point. So that's pretty much it for today, guys. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like, a comment, or subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow for day two and some squats. I might have my new shoes by then. I'm not sure. Thanks for watching.